and welcome back to my channel, the CrossFit Nurse. It's me. We're about to start my shift 1 of 2, and I get a lot of questions asking about my lifestyle around working night shifts and training, so I thought I'm going to bring you along for the next 2 days so you can see exactly how Livy Tom rolls on night shift. There you go. So I've got a little bit of time before I start to probably explain what I've been doing today. So last night I didn't work and yesterday I had a day off. So today I had a normal night's sleep, at least 8+ hours. I sleep for as long as I can on the morning of my first night shift. Really try and get a good night's sleep the night before. Sunday is my rest day from training. So I haven't trained today. I went for a nice walk, stretched my legs and relaxed for the rest of the day, did some food prep, make sure that I'm all ready for this week, because today's Sunday and I'm doing night shift Sunday night and Monday night. Monday being a bank shift, and I'll explain what that is tomorrow. So I can't really bring you into the workplace with me for obvious reasons of confidentiality. So this is where we say bye for now. It's 8 o'clock and I'm about to start night shift 1 of 1. So the time is 11 o'clock and I'm 3 hours into my shift, and I'm getting a lot of questions about when I eat on night shift. So during the day today I've just eaten normally. I've eaten a breakfast, a lunch, and now I'm about to have my dinner, which is the last meal that I have of the day. I also have some snacks, which is usually an RX bar and some peanut butter on rice cake. That's all I eat on a night shift. So I stop eating. I really try before 12, but it depends how busy I am. And then that's it. And I'll tell you all about my eating pattern tomorrow daytime. So usually I am all for making my own meals, but these are really, really great if you're in a rush. Especially today, Sunday, I did my food prep earlier, but for the week. So I just picked this one up so that I could have it this evening. Great cows, good for you. Quite light, so it's quite nice to have in your stomach when you're going to be up all night. The time is 1:20 and I'm now having my favourite snack. The time is 7:20 and I'm just about to nearly finish, but I thought I'd show you the view that I always get every morning from my hospital in Chelsea. The best feeling in the world is leaving. So night shift 1 of 2 is done and the time is now 8:15, 8:30 coming up, and I'm now on my way home, so I'm about to get public transport home. So I always finish my night shift feeling really depleted of any energy. My skin is always really bad, as you can see. I try not to wear makeup on night shift, just like a moisturiser, and I wash my face in the morning, make sure I clean my teeth like after I have my last meal, and then in the morning again before I speak to patients. But nothing really ever prepares you for how you feel on a morning after a night shift. And then of course you always feel this overwhelming feel of like, I've done it, I've done my night shift. It's really difficult to have to be like, I've got to go back for another one tonight, but at the same time you're glad that one of them's done, and even better when it's like your last one. So I've just got off the bus, so I've got a tube, 2 tubes, a bus, and now I'm just walking back to my house in East London. When I get home. washing, any dishes. So usually when I get home, I would come in, do any jobs that I have to do, like put on a wash or do some washing quickly or washing up. And then I jump in the shower and have a quick body shower, get into my pyjamas, and brew myself a cup of probably chamomile tea, but decaf, no caffeine. Before, when I didn't really care about my body, it seemed. I used to do a night shift, go to Co-box straight away from a night shift. I used to fill myself up on caffeine, Nocco, and then I used to sleep for about 2 hours, 1 hour, and then go back to do night shifts. Not anymore. I spoke a lot to Liam, who is part of PH Nutrition, who I've mentioned in one of my previous videos. If you have not seen, go back. It's my video 2 of find out more about me. And we really sat down and talked about how cortisol plays a massive role in weight gain, weight loss, muscle, everything. And how I was actually stressing my body so much more, and me resting and getting a good amount of sleep after my night shift is so much more better there for me than just going into doing a high intensity workout, which I was doing, such as Co-box. So now I sleep. Like I said, I don't have anything to eat. When I wake up, have breakfast. I wake up at around, so it's like 9:45 now. I will wake up at probably about 2ish, and I will eat breakfast, and then I will go and train. Of course, if I'm feeling a lot more tired, then I will just sleep, but I feel pretty good. Funny things that have happened to me post night shift. It feels like doing it after a night shift, it's the weirdest feeling. It's really difficult to describe unless you go through it yourself. It's like being drunk, but knowing exactly what you're doing, but not having like the reflexes to sort of stop yourself from doing a few silly things. Like, I've fallen asleep on the tube standing up once, and I literally slumped down, like my knees gave way. At least I got a seat after that. I've left shopping that I bought post night shift on the tube. I've walked past my own house because I didn't know where I was, because I was so tired. And also speaking is actually quite hard, so I'm actually quite struggling now to string together some sentences. So that's when you know I need to go to sleep. So I will speak to you all when I wake up. Good morning. So it is now 2 o'clock and I've just woken up. I should have probably put a warning on this video that I'm really not gonna look really nice at all. Realities of night shift, you look like a zombie. So I'm now gonna have breakfast, which is oats, coffee and a pint of water. Yay! And then we'll get ready to go training. At the moment I feel pretty good, slept for solidly. I don't actually have any problems sleeping at any time. It would be most unusual if I couldn't go to sleep. Usually I can't sleep if I'm doing 3 nights because I actually get more anxious about the fact that I'm doing a lot more nights. But I feel good and gonna feel my body and then get ready to train in open gym, and I'll take you with me. I always find that for me, I don't really have any like sleeping tactics. My room is really light. I don't have blackout blinds. I don't wear an eye mask. I can sleep through a lot of noise. So I am quite lucky, but to like sort of rest my mind, I listen to like a podcast, which I find really helps.
It's like a magical alert.
Coffee.
Maybe there's no ringing, she's helping us, so the magic's good.
Hello, the time now is 2:30, and I'm already late for training because I should really be there at 2:30, but you know, me. I'm gonna go do open gym and my program from Gus, and HIIT just to get the old sweat on later on before I go back to work. So I'll try and film as much as I can. I'm really bad at filming any of my workouts in the right way, like this whole side on thing for YouTube, but we'll see what I can get. So we are here at WIT and we're about to start our session. Let's go see who's in the gym. Davo's in the gym. Big Rob Stubbs is in the gym. Big PMA. You're actually featuring on my next video, Faisal. You're featuring on my video.
What is your YouTube channel? Right now. Is that YouTube?
Yeah.
Right now.
Not right now. It will be. This is the gang. So I'm just a little bit way through my training, doing some snatches, and we'll do some overhead squats and some snatch pulls as well. So they're all going well at the moment. I haven't actually filmed anything, so I must do that. So we're about to finish our overhead squats before going into some snatch pulls. PMA's over there. Faisal!
Yeah.
Did a little photo shoot for Faisal because he's obviously Mr. WIT. Energy levels are quite high regarding that, like we had done a night shift, so considering I've done a night shift, so very pleased with the day, and I'm hitting my percentages, so I'm quite happy about that as well. Now particularly very sweaty. We did a qualifier for cast gains and it went particularly well. It did. And then I did HIIT, which is basically a circuit style class that WIT training do, just for a sweat, because the class games qualifier was only 8 minutes, so it was quite quick and cheerful. And HIIT was just a good sweat. So now I'm going to shower, say goodbye to Lexi, and get ready to go to work. Night 2 of 2. So I've showered and I'm all ready to go. So the time's about 7 o'clock, so I've got an hour to get to work, and we'll be starting night shift 2 of 2. So I always shower, make sure that I'm fresh, ready for work, and you know, it just makes you feel like you're starting the day, but it's really the night. And by this point, I've had a lot of questions about nutrition, so I've eaten my oats, I've had coffee, 1 black coffee, loads of water. I've had about 2.5 litres by now, and I'm about to have a shake post-workout and an RX bar as well, and I will show you my dinner and stuff when I get back to work. I follow the same pattern, so I only have a dinner tonight and a snack of like a rice cake and peanut butter and banana on top, and probably another RX bar. And then that's it for the rest of the night until breakfast tomorrow again. So usually on a night shift, on the day after my first night shift, I'll probably eat a lot less calories, not purposely, but because I'm sleeping and I sort of miss lunch because I have my breakfast whenever I wake up. So yeah, I'll try and answer some more of your nutritional questions a bit later. got my shake, got my RX bar, which is in my pocket, so I don't have enough hands to get it out. But I've told you about these shakes before in my first ever video. They're made of Kin Nutrition, vegan coconut protein. It's one of my faves, and I'll put the description in the box because I also have a discount code. Ooh. Now I'm on my way to the tube to go for my night shift. So I thought I'd come on and share my little win with you, which is a black Americano, which got given to me at the same price as a filtered coffee, which is 99p from Pret a Manger. Very pleased. And this is the last coffee that I have of the day, so I thought that's why it's probably relevant to share with you guys. So it's still, even if I do night shifts, I only have 2 coffees in the space of 24 hours. Black, and not really any energy drinks apart from my Fit Aid, which I have after I work out. And the lighting is really bad, so apologies. So we're back again before we start night 2 of 2, and I thought I'd just take a few minutes to say how I'm feeling, which is actually quite fresh. I feel energised and ready to do my last night. It's always really nice when you know it's the last night. You sort of power through knowing that you're off tomorrow. I am back on days on Wednesday though. Today is Monday, so I finish Tuesday morning and start day shifts on Wednesday, which can always be a really tough turnaround. But like I said previously, a little bit earlier in the video, I actually sleep really well, so it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really affect my sleeping pattern. Day or night, I can literally go to sleep. I'm well aware that some hospitals don't work in this way and they do blocks of nights, so you might have 2 weeks of nights and then 2 weeks of day shifts. So I'm very much aware that it works very differently everywhere. You just need to attune yourself to what works for you. I can't stress enough, if I felt really tired, I wouldn't be training. If I felt really low energy, I wouldn't be doing extra shifts. I always try and work within my means in everything, training and work. So the time is 11:30. Everything has been basically done, and done a lot of my jobs, bar all my paperwork and sorting for tomorrow. So I've still got that pending. I'm just heating up my dinner now. So this is basically everything that I'll eat this evening. So basically got dinner, egg sausages and loads of veg and some baked beans, which I love. A snack, which is rice cakes and my banana with my chamomile and honey tea, and an RX bar if I get depleted during the night, and water. Good morning. So the time is coming up to 6:30, and the night shift is nearly over. We've got an hour and a half left, if everything is okay. It's been quite a busy night, so I'm feeling very tired. From here I'm going to go straight home and go to sleep. Usually, sometimes I would stay up for the rest of the day, but I'm going to have a quick nap today because I know that last night has been quite taxing and I really want to train well today. So I'll do the same that I did yesterday and sleep till about 2ish, and then go and train. Night 2 of 2 done. I always feel like playing really cheesy 80s music while I'm walking out the hospital, and now I'm going home to go to sleep for a nap, I suppose, and then I will continue the rest of my day. So I'm going to go home and I'm going to answer as many questions as I can. Energy levels are literally depleted. I feel like a good solid 5 out of 10 on energy, but we're getting through. Thank you for coming on this journey with me, and I hope you've enjoyed coming to work with me, basically. Hey guys, so this is basically just a sign off for my video. So night shift 2 of 2 is done. and I literally can't explain this feeling. It's so great to be done with night shifts. I want to answer some of your questions that I've asked, that you've asked over my Q&A that I put on my Instagram. So one of the main questions that I was getting was, how do I acclimatise back into day shift? So I'm actually back on a day shift tomorrow. A lot of people would feel like a jet laggy type of feeling, but I never really have enough night shifts to feel that, because I only do about 4 to 5 night shifts across my month rota. That's another myth that I want to crush in this video. I think people seem to think I'm always on night shifts. I'm not. Just 5 in my rota, because I actually really suffer when I do night shifts. I either get ill or, I actually just do the prescribed amount that I have to do and negotiate with my manager. So I basically just listen to my body and do what I need to do to acclimatise myself back into going on days. So today I'll have a nap now, and then I'll wake up, do my training, eat well, have a normal dinner, and then I will sleep 7-8 hours tonight. Sometimes, usually a lot more than that, but I'm back on day shifts, like I said, tomorrow. I had a question about how night shifts affect me. As you can tell, I can hardly speak after a night shift. Also my skin, if you look at my skin, it's particularly bad. It really does suffer. I try not to wear makeup on night shifts, and I try to wash my face and everything, but it still breaks out or is really dry. I'm also susceptible to getting colds and sore throats after the night shifts, which is awful and annoying. And the biggest issue that I actually do have on night shifts, which is why I don't do very many, is because my stomach, I get really bad IBS flare-ups in my night shifts. So I actually have to take Buscopan sometimes. It really has got better the more that I've attuned myself into how I should be eating, resting, and training alongside doing night shifts, which again I put down to Liam, who has helped me massively with those, because before, when I used to go right from night shift into co-box and then sleep for 2 hours, 3 hours, and then go back to do another co-box or another training session and then back to the night shift, I really found that I was suffering with my stomach, and that I'd get really bad bloating. I'll be really in pain for the majority of the night shift, which makes nursing patients really difficult to be able to actually do my job. Another question, and probably the last question that I'll answer before I go to sleep, people ask me what I do on a night shift in terms of what quiet periods. I mean, there are quiet periods, obviously, but usually I don't really get that much time. I try and do a bit of life admin if I can, and I always have to be quite attentive to what's going on. Can't really turn off. So yeah, to just try and get all my life admin done, like emails and things, and sometimes I like to set goals and stuff and plans and make sure that I know what I'm going to be doing the next day or training. So yes, I think it's fair to say that people who know me very well know that I really detest night shifts. I find them the hardest type of shift to do. As a nurse, I just really don't like them. They give me anxiety before, and while I'm doing them, I'm really not a big fan. It does disrupt training, and it does disrupt your sleep pattern, and it disrupts your health. There is a lot of published articles and research into the effects of night shifts on nurses, which I won't go into now, but I think it might be quite an interesting topic to speak about later on in my channel. So for now, I'm off to sleep. The time is 9:30 and I have officially completed nights 2 of 2. Thank you for coming with me. Thank you for doing my nights with me, and I hope that you've enjoyed this video. If you do, please like it, please share it, please subscribe to my channel so you can see more of the CrossFit Nurse. Yay! Good night.